terms of talented guys, who do you think's the most talented kid in this draft? What do you got for me?
You know what? If I'm talking smarts and I'm talking competitiveness as talent, I'm taking Joe Burrow. I was around that LSU team a lot for the last month of the season, and he's as smart as any quarterback has come into the league in a long time from college football. He's athletic enough where he can make some plays, and the presence he has with his team, there's a chip on his shoulder. To me, there's no such thing as a can't-miss guy. I thought that as a quarterback, I thought Andrew Luck was the closest thing I've seen as a college football quarterback coming out. But I think he is the safest pick because of how smart he is, how he sees the field, and also there is a moxie to him. I remember, hearing the staff at LSU talk about when Joe gets ticked off, he's sticking it in people's face. That edge to him, I think, will serve him well when teammates get to know him. I mean, I'll go with the guy who's smart and who's accurate, and he's really accurate, and he has really good feet and presence in the pocket. I mean, the stuff he would do in the red zone, on third downs, on fourth downs, it just was uncanny for a college quarterback. And so to me, he's by far the safest pick of the quarterback.
Yeah, I know, and I do know that we're in the world of nitpicking and finding flags and all that sort of stuff, and I totally believe that Burrow really doesn't have any on that front. I mean, I watched him make every throw, man. If he needed to high point it for his receiver, he would do it. If he needed to lead his receiver, he would do it. If he had to drop it in the bucket, he would do it. If he had to look somebody off, he would do it. The best part about him is that he never, ever gave up on a play to the point where he'd put his own health at risk, and he would be always eyes downfield. It was amazing. I mean, just the remarkable, beyond his years ability that we were seeing was quite something, but it was just 1 year. You know what I'm saying? Like, where the hell did this come from? That's the question with him.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think they didn't quite have the same system in place or the talent in place at LSU when he transitioned there. I do know this from talking to, there's a project I've been working on this offseason related to LSU, and talking to guys who were his teammates when he first got there. They talked about from the day he got there, him kicking everybody's butt in the conditioning runs in Louisiana, which, by the way, is scorching hot at that time of year. And from that point, how he basically won over a team where he was the guy. It wasn't like he was there during spring football. He came in late. The only other example I can think of a guy who kind of took over a program, late at that stage was Russell Wilson when he left North Carolina State to go to Wisconsin. And I don't think he had the egos and the kind of stuff that Joe Burrow had to navigate through at LSU at that point. So just as a quick aside on it, so I'm at the Combine, and Joe Brady, that was the pass game coordinator who's now obviously the OC with the Panthers. And we were talking about this, and I ran into him, and Ken Dorsey was around, obviously he's an NFL coach now also, but he was Miami's quarterback on that great, arguably the best team of all time in college football, the 2001, that Ed Reed team. And they were joking, I was joking with Brady about who's the best team of all time, and he was like wanted to say something to Ken, and I was like, no offense to Ken, but the biggest difference in that team, because I don't think this LSU team quite had the level of talent and stars that Miami team, but what they did have was, as good as Ken Dorsey was, I mean, nobody had a season like Joe Burrow just did. I mean, that was the gap, was between Ken Dorsey, really, really good college quarterback. Joe Burrow had as great a season as anybody's ever had playing the position in college football.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here